Yeah. So again, setup on the left-hand side is good. This was your backswing before, okay? So you can just see the difference in those two backswings there, how this one hasn't really gone back that far. It's a shorter, more sort of 3/4, 2/3 length backswing. As a result of that, now, as you start coming down, trying to give it a bit more oomph, as you said, because you weren't quite hitting it as far as you want. The right shoulder now is going to work towards the goal. You can see that sort of red dot on your right shoulder there now. As you start the club down, that red line or that red dot comes off your shoulder because everything's moving this way, which it has to. But because you haven't gone back far enough, your club now out to the golf ball, coming across the golf ball and just generally getting that kind of weaker, cuttier shot. And again, because the club is coming down on what we call a steeper angle here, so the club's getting close to vertical there, you're going to be coming in the ground quite aggressive, and in soft conditions that doesn't bode well for consistent kind of striking. It's going to be either thumping the ground behind the ball, and then, as we said, you'll just try to miss the ground. So this was your backswing before. The reason I want to sort of start is this was you doing your arm movement first by yourself. So your arm sort of pulling a little bit here, and then it comes down. Then we say get back that top of the backswing again, getting your low. There you go. So that's good. Now what's the difference where your arms go there? See the difference? So you're almost letting your arms fully extend and drop. So that's where we want the arms to be there. So I'll sort of say it when we watch the video back, and you can sort of screenshot that position there compared to where you were putting it there. Yeah. See the difference? Yeah. So you kind of just sort of go here. Now it's not that you're pulling your arms down. This almost looks to me a bit more pulled in rather than just letting your arms just almost completely fall, yeah? As I say, this is all like feel and reel and drills just to practice the movement. But you can see from there now, if the club head is almost on this other screen, it's coming in from this direction. There's no way you could swing over the top from that position. Now from there, obviously that's way too far behind, as we know. But this is the practice drill we're trying to produce. So that was better, you see, by yourself. You kind of went here and then went, no, let my arms keep going, and then you let it go down. So this really is now the position we've got to get into. But you can see how much more your shoulder has gone back behind you because of that better setup, yeah? So you're able to get more what we call depth in that swing. So your right hip, right shoulder is able to get back behind you more. Get the club here, okay? And then when we step into the golf ball, okay, you look at the difference in this down to now. So again, much better backswing. Your arm, the funny thing is on these two swings now, your left arm looks longer on this. Let me go back here a sec. Your left arm looks longer, doesn't it? Just because you've turned more, you've got that body moving more. You can see that your zip on your jacket's kind of round here, where the zip on that pocket there's there. So you've just basically, everything has just gone and just kept going more. So the difference now in transition, you watch the left-hand one where that club's going to. At this point now where your hands are kind of parallel with your left shoulder, there is your club shaft, getting close to vertical. You watch this one here where your arms come down now. Look at that club shaft compared to that. It's through your right shoulder. It's coming down more on a much more on-plane swing. When that club then comes back into the golf ball now, is that over the top? Look at that club.
That was a real shot too,
that's a real golf shot. Yeah, there you go. You see, you spotted it, yeah. Compared to where that club is there. Yeah, so all these things have just changed because your right shoulder has gone further back in the takeaway because it could from that setup, okay? So it's a subtle little setup tweak, taking your torso to feel like it's pointing a bit more sort of to the right of the golf ball there, so you're kind of a bit more this way. So it almost feels like your left shoulder is high, your left hip is higher, so from there now you just sort of tip round that way a bit more, yeah? Yeah?
I'd forgotten.
Only a smidge, yeah? I mean, I probably moved you too much there, but that kind of position there. Then through the target there now you can see because of that better path, that ball now started left and actually just drew left to target. Your arm even showing where it's gone, you see, yeah? Because you're used to that ball curving this way. To see that ball come into the golf, so the golf club to come in the golf ball there on that angle, the information given to that golf ball was different, yeah? It gave the golf ball kind of that impact rather than that side across impact, which again is obviously going to lose more yardage, okay? So a better tweaked setup, I suppose, not a massive change, it's just a little kind of readjustment there, okay? I think the swing thought you kept going back to is just basically, I think, hip, yeah? Yeah. Maybe hip turn, but just there is a focus there, yeah? And I think easier. Just to
before I was sort of grinding it
back,
if it's like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, if the hip's high here now, it's an effort to move it back, and if it's going to hurt you, you're not going to do it continually. So if we can tilt that shoulder here now, and suddenly now it's like, oh, hang on. And you said the first time you did, they went, oh, not gone there before. That felt very different because suddenly now this side of the body could move a lot more effectively. And when you're able to move that way, you can put the club in a much better position. And once that club gets up here, Sean, there's less likelihood you're going to come over the top. Now, are you going to come over the top a little bit? Yeah, maybe a smidge, but it's going to be within that window we can accept. It's not going to be like, ooh, okay, now we've got to make some adjustments. So all your adjustments now have been done in the setup and backswing. From there, you just swing it naturally, yeah? You can still work on those arms in practice a little bit if you wanted to, but once you're here now, it's just hit the ball, yeah? And that's why I think we've got to just let your own ability and sort of talent kind of come through, not trying to move the club or adjust the club here. But once you get to that position, that's a really, really good position. Yeah, just stands to reason when that club comes back down the golf ball now. It's looking a lot shallower, much more on the better path into the golf ball. As I said, information given to that golf ball is a right to left shape shot. So excellent, very, very good. Okay.